What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri zone. And the question for today is Giuntoli actually a double agent working for De Laurentiis? What started as a joke actually, and still is a joke. I think, I needed to pause there because all the things he's doing or trying to do or thinking about doing or, planning to potentially do, whatever you want to call it, sounds like somebody is working as a double agent to, completely mess up the club. Because the latest news, and it's not the only bit of news that it's extremely worrying today as well, but it's probably the biggest story, is that Mandragora is actually on the list to, become a potential target in the summer. If you're already not down from this week of Inter making the final, Kelly being official, and contract extensions and Hoyland main targets, then, well, you probably will be down by the Mandragora news. And it's not even to really call out Mandragora, but the story about going Italian and etc. just is insane when you sold them Fagioli and you're taking a Mandragora for them potentially to do what in this squad, really, So that's what we're going to talk about. Before we do that, as always, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, but especially hit the like button right now. It really helps out the channel. So let's get to at least 85 likes. Should be easy. Should be very easy. So do that, and let's talk about the latest news. Okay, so Mandragora. Like I said in my intro, it feels like Giuntoli is doing the double agent thing. It actually feels like that. It's ridiculous. It's a joke, but the links and the news and the moves that are being made or planned to be made are insane. Mirko Di Natale comes out that he is on Giuntoli's list or Juve's list, whatever you want to call it, saying for now it's just an idea. However, they're keeping an eye on the situation because he has an expiring contract in 26, and right now he hasn't renewed, and it's a bit difficult, and he's valued at around 50 million. 50 million? Peanuts in today's market. Not the issue. The issue is that Mandragora is not a needle mover. He's not even a starter in the midfield we have right now. Depending on how you're going to play. But man, he's not even starting in this midfield, is he? I don't care what Fiorentina are doing. I don't care how many goals he has for Fiorentina. I do not care. We moved on from him for a good reason. He's not a scrub. I'm not saying, oh my God. He's a player you bring in to be your fifth option when you were in 2016 or so. Nobody will really moan about that in our situation. It's like, it's fifth option. Whatever, Could do a job. In a very good team, could do a job. He's not going to do a good enough job in a poor team to elevate us to become a good team. That's not him. That's not, I don't know, how old is he? Is he 28, 29? I don't even know that as well. But the funny thing is, the entire story was, it's all going Italian and stuff like that. I'm like, you sold Fagioli to them. You sold them. And now you want to go Italian guy again, by going older and maybe less talented. And I'm not even the biggest Fagioli fan, but man, let's be real out here. The moves and the links and all these things right now are feeling painful to read, let alone talk about it, witnessing, the Kelly news is getting confirmed every single hour. I'm like, just give it a rest. We signed Kelly, we messed up, or he messed up, especially when the news comes out from Fabrizio Romano that Arsenal, Chelsea, and Liverpool are trying to push to sign Dean Huijsen before the end of this month, and we are paying around 20 million euros for Lloyd Kelly. Those are moves. 50 million. Like I said, 20 million for a player is not a lot of money in today's market. 50 million is not a lot of money in today's market. However, you're getting the quality for that. We spend on Alberto Costa, not sure what that's about. We spend on Diallo, wasted. Alcaraz loan fee, Colomani loan fee, Conceição loan fee, Vega loan fee. I'm probably forgetting players with loan fees and wages and deals that we try to move on already. The mess that has been created is even worse than the mess he found when he arrived. It's actually a complete shit show. That's what it is, And again, I'm not here to say Mandragora is an absolute scrub. Because I don't want to do that. This is about Giuntoli going for players that are now nowhere near good enough to elevate us, to help us get out of this mess. And when you wake up and you read in the same breath, also from Mirko Dentale, saying Giuntoli is not going, or Juve is not going for Kevin De Bruyne because of his wages, I'm like, I don't want to hear that. If the excuse is to not go for Kevin De Bruyne because you have issues with the fitness level, I can agree with that. I'm like, it is dodgy, it is dodgy. I'm not going to lie. And that's a serious consideration. But if the excuse is it's money, but then you're going to waste money, turn around and waste more money, I'm like, what's the point? This team needs leaders. I've said it for many times. De Bruyne is a leader. And with older players, I mean also players who want to play at a high level. If a player can leave and he can get a lot of money in America and Saudi Arabia, and he's like, no, I still want to play for Napoli or for whatever club, that's a player who actually wants to play. He doesn't want to retire. He still wants to showcase himself. These are players we need this summer. You can add Tonali, Surokov, and I don't know who we are linked to, Højlund. It's going to be the same thing next season. There are no leaders. There are no winners. There are no experienced players in this squad. Who the hell is going to lead? Compared to a team that, like Inter, who has leaders. Napoli, if Conte stays, and even if he leaves, has leaders. In Europe, teams who have leaders. You're not going to fix that with Mandragora. You're not going to fix that with Højlund. You're not going to fix that with... Who else we've been linked with? Tonali, who's a good player. But on his own, he's not going to carry a team from this to that. So the question is, what do we want to do? Really? Is it about winning? Or is it about just being there? Like the Arsenal type of way, just being there, being the mix. Or is it about winning? Again, this is not about spending money, yes or no. You need to spend money, obviously, period. But you need to start spending it wisely. And right now, we are doing everything but spending it wisely. It feels like it's a double agent thing here. Because there's so many moves and so many pieces of news right now. I'm just looking at, and I only have question marks. I cannot talk a Mandragora transfer, and I cannot put it in a good daylight. A Højlund transfer, I cannot do that. Kelly, I don't even know where to start to be positive about those things. To say, wow, we're gonna get out of this mess because we are adding, good enough pieces. Obviously, it all needs to click, and the manager and so on. But we're adding good enough pieces based on what we've seen this summer, last summer, and this season. What we are getting right now, the news we're getting is even worse. Like, actually, we're on track to make the team even worse based on the early rumors and stuff. I thought it was impossible, but actually, it seems it's very possible, Anyways, let me know in the comments. Do you think he is a double agent? Obviously, it's a joke, but what do you think about the deals or the links of Mandragora, etc., when clubs like Napoli are getting linked with De Bruyne and even other better players? Let's be completely honest, even Inter, Nico Paz and stuff like that, and we are gonna link with Mandragora and stuff like that. Anyways, let me know in the comments what you think. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will speak to you guys tomorrow post game, because we do play Lazio. I'm not doing a Lazio preview because I'm just gonna repeat what I did against Bologna and we messed up. We need to win. It's the biggest game of the season. It's a must win, period. We fail, if you lose, if you drop points against Lazio, you're completely out of it. It's not on your own hand. So you need to win to keep it in your own hand. Anyways, we'll talk about that tomorrow post-game. Stay safe. And yeah, until tomorrow. Ciao.